FaZe Clan maneuver. They didn't have the info long, and Dupree, he was so ready for the second. Takes 2 heads and immediately starts to hold W.
Yeah, it's a great pickup to get. Pretty much guarantees the round for yourself, and they managed to get a couple more kills after that as well. It's just Nico that survives with the AWP. So they'll take a tactical timeout. The first 4 phase here. It's 6-4. Money is okay with the saved orb. They could get out a couple of SMGs, some Deagles perhaps to go with it, but looks like they're going for the more conservative approach here. Rain, just the pistol. A couple of smokes in the mix here, and no other utility purchased thus far. CZ for Brokey, we'll see the other boys limping. Imagine Cold Zero get a Deagle as well. Quite a specialist with the weapon. Goes for the Scout instead.
Okay. It's dangerous at least. If they get a couple of tags here, but that means Astralis need to be sloppy, and that's not what we've seen out of them in these last couple of rounds. It's been very clean. They've been making sure, clearing all the corners, using their smokes and utility on point, and well, here's a chance.
I hate this fight. It's so nerve-wracking. Nico wants it again, though. If he was to surely not clear back, Device still trained on him. Oh, and he does miss the timing. Safe for now. And looks like Magisk and Dupree have intentions towards middle. Nice little boost. Try and force him out of position if there was anything from the CTs, but just that orb. Don't forget that Astralis' primary objective here is going to be not running into the only dominant weapon on the server for the CTs here.
So, plenty of time left in this round. Astralis with the spread default for now, but you can see them starting to set up for the mid to B split. They're more towards door right now, but 3 outside those double doors. Bombing up a B as well. They're just going to show a little bit of presence towards A, potentially.
There's a timer on this.
There is, with the long control here. FaZe know they need a bit of intel. They pushed up a B before, this time getting 2 players in towards the long doors. Wrong boost around the corner, seeing a lot of that these days. We saw G2 in the previous matchup against Vitality, dropping that a lot. Led them to success in the end, and here we go, Desert Eagle.
Oh, it's so nerve-wracking.
Long, and there's a couple of kills potentially.
Oh, he gets both of them in the end thanks to Rain. Brokey's caught one in the trade attack. Cold Zera, he's hit one through the smoke. They're going to win this. They only had pistols. It's all onto Device. That molly does look fantastic. It should force Cold into the fight. And he hits the shot regardless. FaZe Clan, they're always good for a couple of them. Armored Deagles and a victory.
Yeah, things starting to get out of control there at one stage, but it will be FaZe and their Desert Eagles, the long push coming in, and what a push it was. Astralis, I have to say, Chad said there was a timer on it for that reason, I'd imagine, right? You have no idea whether they're going to be coming behind you, and that's always the danger of Dust 2. That's why you have about, we normally set a maps like Inferno, if you've got all 5 to Banana, you have about a 15-second window knowing the map's open, and you have no idea if they got intel or backstabbing you. And so, yeah, dead on there, and they pay the price.
Yeah, I think the assumption, hold up, this could be, oh, he's fluffed the move, and he should cancel this. He's going forward. Zippy, he was on a mission, and it wasn't a good one.
Ooh.
Yikes, he's lost his teammate Device as well. Magisk very much committing around the smoke and just a wild spray. They're all too aware of all the tricks of the Astralis trade, and they will punish. Looks like it could be 6, just Glaive and Dupree. Heading over towards the doors position. They got the bomb on their back and a chance, very small one, to take this fight. Nico looks like he's set in a perfect spot for at least the first. He's got his teammates. Ooh, he actually went for the flick, madman.
Yeah, well, at least he spotted one, so Rain can start to be a little bit more active at this point. He hears him jump up towards short. Doesn't look good for Astralis to do much of this one. Nico getting to a more defensive position, and we've got Rain locking them in. Oh, they haven't been super aware of the flanks in the last couple of rounds, Astralis. And that's going to be a very clean round for FaZe there. Barely took any damage on a long spawn as well. What did Zipex screw up so much there, Chad? I didn't quite catch it.
He was trying to jump through the doors, but he hit the box, which completely stalled him. So he was delayed out of the doors there, and at that point, the Molotov had already settled. The flashes that were being thrown over for him were wasted, and he continued forward anyway. It's always a tough one, right? You're assuming that you're going to be able to get towards that pit position, but it's spawn-based. And if it's spawn-based, that means you can't fluff your lines. You have to make sure that you're getting on out there as quick as possible. Because we've seen,
you know that CIS stuff we were watching, like the likes of Spirit and Simon Gaming, they were, if they had the good spawn, they could fly out so comfortably, like with no fear, and then you see the difference of one slight slowdown on that strafe, you're eating nades, flashbangs, and everything.
I think the sign of confidence that your team's grenades are good is when you run out the doors and you're looking at the ground, right? Because you're trusting your teammates' flashes to get you all the way to pit.
We've seen Chris J looking at the ground all the way to pit.
Yeah, and that right there means that you have a very good routine, at least, to get you that much control, or at least you have faith in your teammates. So, as an entry fragger, you definitely need to have that. And it will be the force buy from Astralis here. Magus is actually onto the scout right now. He has a Tech 9 as decider. Device, he's out this time round.
Here he goes with a nice little path as well to allow him to pick towards A. He knows there'll be a player towards a pit. That's going to be Rain. And again, Astralis being caught out. They're not super aware of these positions, and Rain doesn't nail the shot. He'll deploy the flashbang and try and get himself out, but it will be the opening kill with Zipex. Landing on their feet now. Dupree with a double kill towards middle. That's massive.
Device has got no armor on his AK. Okay, interesting. It doesn't seem like it's going to cost Astralis, but that is peculiar. An unarmored AK coming into round 30.
Definitely don't see too many of those.
Dupree's had 3 rounds at this point with huge impact in that regard, right? At least 3 that I'm counting so far.
He was struggling earlier this week as well,
right? Yeah, we were highlighting that he had a bit of a stinker. I think it was against G2.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Device nearly running out of bullets. We'll find it just before Nico actually...
Oh, no, it's the other way around.
Does go down. It was the scout in the end. Sure. Magisk will grab himself that AWP. So they're just exchanging spotless rounds. It's a different look. Haven't seen that in a while.
Well, this is what we're talking about with all the fingers and the leaking low, right? You have to, if you want to actually deal with long, you're going to need all 3 individuals there. We even see teams do a 4-man lane. If you want to make sure that they can't just rush B, you need to have 2 players go towards B. If you want to make sure they can't just run straight out mid to B, you have to have somebody either aggressive catwalk or close mid.
So you're telling me is we need 7 CTs?
There's not enough,
to defend us
unless you're Astralis. Then you might have enough players. I'm not sure if it'd be allowed just yet, but look, it's such a difficult map, and that's where Henry was talking about the gambles. It is that if the T's do have good long spawns and you gamble incorrectly, you do a 3-man B stack and they do something else, you've lost the round.
You just end up saving.
Exactly. Yeah. So Dust 2, it needs some changes. But that's just the way the map flows at the moment. And, well, Brokey with the AWP. He's not going to get off the mark right there. He'll be dropped. Mid to B's off and on up. And, oh, they bumped each other.
They're going to punish so hard here. Glaive responsible for Rain to push through. And he does manage to make some space. Cold Zera has defended B, and Rain, while blind, he walks into the flames. It may not matter. Cold Zera, he says, get... the hell out of my sight. 2v1.
Well, Zipex, we know he's capable of winning these, but for now, he's in the 2 versus 1. Olofmeister trying to encroach his position from T-spawn. He will be taken down here. He's been outflanked. Olofmeister picks up a freebie, and it will be 7-7. Fantastic work there, as Faze just gunning them down towards middle. Even a cheeky team kill thrown in the mix, and as Alex said, didn't seem to matter whatsoever. A very efficient mid-hold. We're seeing those double mid players that we highlighted earlier actually coming up trumps.
They lost Brokey early. I mean, that was a disadvantage to FaZe Clan, but dealt with so well. Without Cold's triple kill, they do not translate that into a 7th. Great defensive work. He's really been... I mean, we saw the tweet from Nico. Admittedly, I think they live together, so I'm not sure if this was coming from Nico's fingertips, but he did say Cold is the best teammate ever. Glaive has found Rain, and now Olof immediately equalized. He can even get a second here. Maybe even a third. Glaive on the smoke. He's done it. The Swede sends them packing.
That's huge. Olofmeister, another player's been struggling on the road to Rio, but that's a real world-class play there. Very confident spray down. Leads into a 4 versus 2 on a massive round as well. This is going to take 8 rounds on a CT set of Dust 2. And now just Device. Nothing really to do with this one. We'll see whether he gets any kills. There's the box stickers, Chad. You can really see them.
I was just watching them kind of transition to a different light. Yeah. Maybe I want some fancy stickers.
Well, they're only $2,000 each. That's very reasonable.
That's real people money too.
That's real people money for fake stickers.
Yeah.
Incredible. 8-7 is the score on the half, the first map of our final series, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Another type of cake up, break up. We're having fun. doesn't have the time, always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair, I need you back. No more crying at the end, I'll do it again. I told you I was lonely and I think it out my head. Even when I told you I love you, I hope I do. I know I do. Yeah, it's good.
That was up-and-coming pop-punk band Fuzzy Girl with their debut single, Internet Girl. You're here listening to ESL Radio, I'm Machine, and we're into the pistol round.
Yeah, that reminded me a lot of our lifestyle in the way. Just less sun and gaming and all that sort of stuff. I
Yeah,
think that's
practically.
We got
the same.
flamingos though as well, so we're basically same.
same sort of vibe.
Trio.
Yeah, Henry can skateboard. He was going to kind of change his life with skateboarding
Yeah.
for about, I think it
Until-
was a week.
Yeah, there was a solid week.
Yeah. Looking for a battle on long. Zipex changing his mind. He sees the smoke over towards CT spawn. Magisk, he's going to have a lot to deal with. He wasn't ready. Still pulling pins. And now, well, FaZe moving their pins towards the A side. They'll be getting the bomb down. Brokey planting safe. And a retake on for Astralis.
It's looking pretty good here for FaZe Clan. An opening kill, the bomb planted, and a 5 versus 4. Zippy already been tagged down to 36 as well, and Device looking for the one-taps from short, but no one offering themselves up here. They're going to have to fully commit. They've got a smoke and a flashbang, but no defuse kit as things currently stand, as they'll coordinate their players now. They're going for it, and they get the first kill.
Graves holding it though, and he's missed his shots.
Oh,
Rain
no.
goes down. Dupree with another huge impact. Nico can't do enough, and a just successful defuse will come on in. Glaive securing the full 10-seconder, but that is impressive. That was a 5v4 retake.
Yeah, against Astralis as well, and they only lose one further player from that. Dupree, he gets 3, and I have to say, the coordination was a little bit off there for FaZe. Rain missing a whole clip of the P250 in the back, and his teammates not doing much better there. They don't do anything, but the bomb gets planted, and they combine the third. So they're going to take an eco here. Desert Eagles with smoke trying to get the bomb down from short, I'd imagine, and we'll see their gun round start following shortly.
Yeah, well, this game couldn't be any closer, boys. I know the scoreline's tied at 8-8, but so are the opening duels, currently 8-8, and if you look at the multi-kill rounds, 10 apiece. So
Oh, wow.
we,
That hasn't happened in a long time.
yes.
Completely level,
It's the trifecta.
as all things should be. Balanced. Second round of this first half then. Dust 2 was the map pick of FaZe Clan. Lots within their arsenal, but this was what their coach YNK and the squad landed on as their best bet. Looking to put the best foot forward, and just the Deagles was Olof. He does tag up Dupree on B, keeping that presence and keeping two CTs busy as they prepare for the push. Actually going in pretty flashed. Just one single flashbang. Zipex has one as well. If they can get this goose frag, it's Brokey for the info. He only had the Glock, hoping the Deagles could have done more, but Device's double has really slowed things down.
Yeah, they really had to trade at least one kill here to stand a chance, but there it is. Bomb does go down, and probably their chances of getting a plant as well. But they've already got the plant and the pistol, so they'll still be able to buy regardless. This would have been a bonus of some sort, but just looking for that extra kill now. Device on for the ace. Just to know that, not really that exciting against no armor, but there we have it. It will be 9-8. Astralis taking the lead now, as Alex just mentioned on their opponent's map pick. Here's the replay of Device getting it down. Flash from his teammate. Nothing to write home about, but denying the plant is a big deal.
So some of the tendencies to look for the FaZe clan on their T side right here. We know that they do enjoy a fast mid-biff, getting straight out the doors if they know the team is doing a heavy long and B defense right there. They've got all the executes you could possibly imagine. Set pieces towards the B side. They've got a couple of mid to B ones. Even strats that we make up for them when they misthrow their smoke. So it is just going to be the hard B on the first gun round. This is
We're off. They're sending it.
Oh, Magisk for some reason, he's always good for two. This time, not at all. Olof down to 40, but the B site is lost. And if I've learned anything about Astralis, is they do like to play the percentages. And unless Device, as he moonwalks up the ramp, tries to hit something on the cross, this will just be the save call.
And that's what we're talking about. That round, we only have Magisk in towards B. They haven't been showing anything on that side of the map. So now Astralis will have to reposition, work out whether they need to consider that as a possible threat going forward, or whether they'll keep things going, just put it down as a difficult round for Magisk.
Yeah.
You want to find two every single time, right?
Certainly not. And something that's always impressive is when teams start to exploit that. When we watch Fnatic in similar circumstances, Golden would just keep calling this fast B because the CTs are like, they won't do it again. They won't do it again. And you can really get in each other's heads. It's so
Chad will tell you
enjoyable.
all about that. That's his favourite way to call.
We once won a tournament with calling on the CT side of train 3 people push inside to flank yard because we just kept losing the yard.
Yeah.
I think we did like 6 rounds in a row.
Well, you just ended up like going full flank main, or you're dropping pop?
No, dropping like behind them, and just
oof.
like because they're so focused on clearing everything out on yard, you just do the same strat. I think Havoc called that one there. That's a long time ago now. I think we're going all the way back to 2013. So
Respect
really
Havoc.
have to go back in the time traveling vehicle.
While you're there, stay a year, buy some Vox Emina stickers.
Worth $2 grand.
Worth
now,
$2 grand nowadays,
Gomez
man.
is kicking himself. He could have held on to those. Would be like Bitcoin for him at the moment. He had over
Yeah.
like 200 of those.
Oh, what a muppet.
Oh no, don't like that.
Gomez, Kermit, the whole gang.
Big Bird.
Now we're cross-contaminating Sesame Street with the Muppets there.
Did I do it?
Yeah, Chad
no,
did.
I did.
Phew.
Big Bird. But it's all good. We'll see whether these UMPs can cause any damage going forward. It's going to be Dupree rotating over towards B, and that's exactly where FaZe are ending up here. Goldzera, great shot toward the double doors, completely blind as well it seems, and
Here we
back
go.
and forth we go. It's an absolute brawl. Good flash from Magisk, and it could get him one more frag, but the Flames will find him first. 3 versus 2, still possible for Astralis here, but they're stuck in towards CT squad, and Rain wants to keep them there.
They've got nades, they've got rain, it's all set up perfectly, and the Faze machine has generated a 10th. Device locked in towards the CT position. Rain has essentially won this round for them. There's nothing
How
Device can do.
Blind was Goldzera on that first kill. It still looked
completely
like
flashed,
he
didn't he?
was absolutely fine with it. Precise shot, no problem, and we'll see Device presumably going down to Rain here in a second. He has been spotted, so might be able to take one down with him, but Device won't be surviving this one.
1 and done. No worries for FaZe Clan, they've got loads of cash to splash, but they do reach the double digits first. And another B hit, so that's 2 successful B hits in a row. And now Astralis are going to be kind of gimped for utility. This could be the perfect storm. Let's see that again. So Olof, it was the Molotov onto Magisk. I thought he'd done enough, but he just got burned. I think he was flashed a little bit. Couldn't see where the damage or the spread was coming from under the scrutiny of the FaZe players in his sight, and he just burns down. Brokey's Molotov did take the final B defender down there. And so into round 20, it is going to be just a smattering for Astralis. A scout for Glaive, he can treat himself.
That right there, that round, it was very desperate for Astralis to cross mid doors and get towards the B bomb site. The whole, I guess, flurry of frags that went down or could have gone down across middle with Nico and Rain trying to push out the doors, they just dropped the Molotov and ran across mid because they knew they had to get to the B bomb site to help. They knew that they had to get on there to make sure it couldn't just be taken. And that, unfortunately, is a sign of what we were talking about earlier. The fact that they have to go with these stacks over to other bomb sites. They can't just hedge 2 players into the B bomb site, assuming it will be that side of an attack. And here they're left with, well, as you mentioned, not a lot. Nothing that should be hugely exciting. There's not even any nades or flashes to come up
Yeah.
through. There we go. Smoke and a Zeus. So
now
now
we're
I'm
talking.
excited.
Now we're talking.
They're sending an extra player over towards B, but that's made his tagged as well. So Brokey doing initial damage here. They send 2 players towards B. It's going to be just spread default for Faze. They know they're up against not a lot here. Just wait for the initial push. Once you find that, coordinate yourselves for a 5-man take, but no rush to do so. Let's wait for these sort of approaches from Zipex.
Oh.
Nice grenade through the mid doors.
Bowling
Lands
chain.
on top of Glaive.
Even snatches the scout to the other side of the door just to ensure it can't be scooped up. Dupree wants to have a look. Getting close to those doors, challenging when backs are turned would be the ideal setup, but for now Brokey's trained on it as they progress up.
The Zeus is out close mid doors
Yeah,
as well.
I don't know if anyone's going to challenge though.
Well, the reason he can do this is because they've already used the close Molotov, so they will have to now clear it again, and he might have an opportunity here to get one of these kills. It shouldn't be more than just a comedic moment.
Give it
Here
to
we
us.
It certainly was, Chad. You got to admit, that was funny.
Yeah, well, it's like he's out.
Oh no, he's just
So
shot
is that.
What?
It's a series of blunders here. We're going to keep going. We got anything left in the tank?
Oh, no.
We have
No.
Magisk has made the impossible happen here, and it works out. The eco victory, the Zeus kill, the team kill from Brokey.
no.
Everything that could have gone wrong certainly occurred there for Faze. We know what happens, Chad, when they lose that sort of round. What
Go
happens
to
after?
overtime. No, this right here.
Go to overtime, yeah, straight up.
No, normally with Faze, what happens is they get a little bit tilty. It takes them a couple of rounds to
Yeah.
recover, and then the game starts becoming a bit more of a back and forth affair for them. Luckily for them, it is already a back and forth affair, so it's not like they're going to squander a massive lead like we've seen in the past.
I don't mind this. As I was about to say, you would normally see Nico go for the hero AK and he'll go for a drop down on T-spawn out those mid doors. That normally is their sort of reaction to that sort of round. But as you can see, he can actually afford the AK-47. That's not a big deal. They can go PD-50s around him, but I would imagine one of his teammates is going to scout and they'll try and cover him when he drops down, goes to the middle doors. I've casted him do that a dozen times. And this would be the exact sort
Look
of
at the
round he'll
spawn.
deploy. Yeah, this is the sort of round his teammates get towards B. He'll go down towards the drop-down boxes and we'll see whether it works out. But it is the double orb, and I have been super impressed with Dupree's secondary orb contributions on Dust 2. He looks amazing on this map. Currently top fragging as well, good form today. And Nico doesn't go for the drop-down, but he did have the good spawn. We'll see if he wants to go towards shore here. And in terms of the smoke, Olaf might start lining one up, so he'll deploy that towards Xbox now. And Nico just to lead the charge. He got a flashbang for the first corner. And a second, both from by Coldzera. He can bounce him off the first window here at short. And a good nade. Ouch.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Rain down to 50. So Nico, he's just floating amidst his unarmored opponents, or rather teammates, I should say. Brokey, for example, has just taken another nade to the face. He's working with a little less health. So they do not get spotted by device as they leave Catwalk, which is valuable. Astralis still operating under the assumption that there is a gathering there. Possibility towards long. A good flashbang from Coldzera could set Nico up for the frag onto Zipex. He's playing blue bin.
Oh, the nade timing
the
is
nade
great.
again! They're playing this so
They
well.
haven't even seen anyone yet. They've lost about 200 HP as well. We'll see them actually make their way out towards long. Remember, Nico has invested in that AK. They've actually got another rifle there as well. Zipex goes down, and Dupree with that secondary orb. He's under a lot of pressure here. Nico, he'll get the trade, and actually got a man advantage now. I thought they were going to win this round. Blade can't do anything. He's been painted into a corner. 4 versus 2. Device watching the cross. They've got no smoke. That is one advantage they have here. Bomb going down a crossover.
Yeah, what do you do to get the AWPer off the line? Olaf had a great idea, but Device too quick.
This is a problem now because...
Brokey could drop.
Yeah, but he's only got the Glock, right? So
Oh,
it won't do
yeah.
too much.
Oh, that works. That really works. That's suddenly going to enable the bomb to be thrown across. In fact, Brokey, that's smart, using the peon that is Brokey, but they have got a Molotov. Will that bomb
might
be
be
able to go
enough.
down? It could very well be, but
Oh.
Nico hits the shot. From winning it once, now Faze hit them back with a taste of their own medicine.
And there it is, Nico. The in-game leader manages to pull out the AK-47, and he is a hero. 3 kills in the round, 368 damage. He gets the job done. Device did his absolute best to deny this round as well. 2 excellent shots towards that crossover. Looked like it was done there, but Nico, he came in and hit this showstopper. That's the AWPer going down. His teammate scoops at the bomb. Huge trade as well. Great effort with that incendiary going down there. Chadden's right, that could have been enough.
It could have. I mean, he was low as well, right? He was sub 50. And there was a Molotov at his feet. He just takes the fight and wins it. Balls to the wall. Aggressive towards long. Taking that control. A deep smoke gives Astralis that info. Up short, though, they're going to be throwing out smokes of their own, and that nade looks destined for damage. Will half Nico's functional health pool. And they want to try and pivot straight into Dupree. Not a Zeus this time, he's got an M4. And the bomb's been delivered to the other side. Brokey takes matters into his own hands, but doesn't hit the shots. In this one, it's a bit of a shambles.
Really enjoyed that from Dupree. Thinking on his feet. Upgrade to the AK-47. I couldn't have worked out better from as well. The first two players, the AWPers, and then we saw the AK user and the AWP behind him. They all got blocked up. They couldn't trade out the kill. He managed to get 3, and Nico will have no chance of clutching this one out. 5 versus 1. Less than a minute. Look at them actually sat at the bottom of 4.
Yeah, it's very scary. Device will collect it. 11-11, keeping things close, and I'm not surprised at this stage in the competition. And this is, perfect. You can see Brokey had to try and do something with the pistol. It was his only way to get him off the line. Didn't work out. Triple kill from Dupree, and it's refreshing to see him at the top of the scoreboard. We've talked about it. He's been one of the few members of Astralis that hasn't been necessarily riding that consistency wave that everyone else on the squad has as of late. A couple of slip-ups, a couple of losses to, well, Fnatic, who have recently fallen off, and Mousesports, who have recently fallen off. So that's the only 2 scalps Astralis have fallen to recently.
This is the full eco for Faze clan here. Astralis going to take the lead once again. The double AWP setup. As we said, it's a beautiful one. First kill for Zipex. He's towards shore, that AK-47, just trying to keep this round clean. They've actually got the best Dust 2 setup you could ask for. 3 AKs, 2 AWPs. That's about as good as you could possibly get. Might set them up for the map going in their favor, to be honest with you.
It's only 1900 is the loss bonus for Faze going into the next round as well, so they will get the buy going. They can even get the AWP out if you look at the money for Olof. It will be able to drop that over if they do require. But with all those bits and pieces in consideration right now, look, there's a real opportunity if Astralis can deny them getting the bomb down within the last few rounds here of second half of the first map. They can deny the buys to come on through and continue to apply pressure on Astralis here. As well, you can see Brokey, he's trying out for the World Cup team. I didn't know, do Latvia have a World Cup team?
I assume they do.
I guess everyone has a World Cup team.
Yeah,
I don't really know a lot about football.
Yeah.
Nor do I. You're asking the wrong people.
You kick it in the goal.
I mean,
straight in the
I know
goal
more than
hole.
that. I'm definitely the goal hole.
Yeah, that's a technical term. And we will see. This is classic Faze here. This is what I love. Alex, you do such a good job of explaining why they don't.
I really do, and I'm so glad you asked, Henry, because what we're seeing here is the full length of the round, 18 seconds left, as Faze hoped to pull out all their nades.
That was weird.
That's right.
Still didn't do anything.
Oh, can he burn to death? He
that's
can.
Smart. So he is denying them getting $300 or $600. Zipex still gets the cash, fair enough, but it doesn't give him the satisfaction of pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
which I think is something.
That's what it's all about, right? You know, Zipex don't want to give him the extra satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's way too good to kill Nico, and so he'll do his best impression of just standing in the flames. Cooks himself up nice, medium rare Nico. 11-12, the scoreline for the first map. This was Faze's pick, but as Henry has outlined the round before, and something I'm very excited to see transpire, is the dream setup for Astralis. They still got hold of all those AKs and the double AWP. Let's see if Faze can knock them off their perch a little bit.
Hey, Green, who's the AWPer at B? Is it Device or is it Dupree? It's Dupree. So the AWPers at this point are playing spawn-based, because we've seen them at opposite sides, and that makes a lot of sense, because you can get your AWPer to the corner of long to take the jewels there early. Neither of them had a fantastic spawn that round there, but it's good to see them playing a little bit looser, a little bit more flexible. They're able to fill the roles and gaps of one another here as Faze Clan, they jump on up. They'll get cat control for free. This is a very, very slow round. You can see the bomb all the way towards the back of Death Alley, just near T spawn. One dealing with any aggression to upper dark. Outside long, cold zero as per the usual. That lurk smoke, Dupree's going to... Ooh, I thought he would push forward there to give him some information, but thinking better of that.
Still with those 3 AK-47s on the CT side, Astralis are set up for success here. Faze will have basic map control, however. 2 towards short, the bomb's down towards middle. That'll be on the back of Brokey. So the execution, very standard finish for a T-side team on Dust 2. And you can see the A-side relatively open right now. They're really focusing towards B with 2 players in there. One towards CT spawn, transition play from Glaive, and they'll transition over towards the A ramp. You can feel a bit of pressure coming in now, and he would be right. They're getting ready as they throw in their flashbangs.
Wow, Rain's got straight down. They're playing on splitting through middle. However, Dupree gets enough time and enough space to actually get the first frag. Device picks up Nico on the lurk. And now they try and pincer in. If they can get into this site, there's still a chance. They need these frags now, though. And already Dupree's caught another.
I was going to say there was still a pretty decent chance there. Those two players could get a kill or two. But now just Brokey looking to cause financial damage. Every kill he does get might deny an AK-47. He'll not get another one there, and it's a very convincing round. And the loss bonus, as Chad already stated, not massively high here for Faze. That's 2 rounds. Make it 3 without the bomb going down. So we will find them at around $2,500 per player. 13-11. Astralis on cruise control right now. There should be no danger of getting this round away. At the very top end against Desert Eagles, no armor.
That's the conversation Faze have had, and it does mean we're going to be having another one of these. If it does go the same way as it can, you'll notice that they'll be taking their time, talking it out.
I just have a quick one here, and this is going to need production's assistance, because this should just be another round where they kind of limp on in. If we're able to bring up picture in picture with Skybox right now, we can talk about one of the highlights of last round. I didn't prep anybody. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to know, and while this round's going on, guys, we'll jump into it, but Dupree just here and the transition with the AWP on the B bomb side. So I'm going to play this out. You're going to see what happens. There's going to be a smoke that comes towards Dark. We always talk about that. He's going to move straight away from it. Him and Magus going to change. Magus has a rifle. Dupree obviously has the AWP. Yeah. He's going to jump up towards window. Still 2 of them alive, so we've still got a bit of time here.
So that was the pivot.
Yeah, but what I want to show here is as soon as they come out mid to B, I want to make this go a little bit faster for everybody if we can. As soon as they come out mid to B, instead of getting isolated here, they're about to come out any second, he'll go for these first shots. Oh, come on, game. A little bit quicker would be lovely. Comes on out, he goes for these first shots, and then he'll reposition over towards Car so he doesn't get isolated in the site as they team on through with the mid to B, and that sets up a better crossfire with him and Magus. So I liked it, I loved it. I'm sorry it took so long, and there you go.
Perfect timing, though, because in 3, 2, 1, we are back on in, and it's a bye this time from Faze.
Yeah, and Faze need to pull their socks up here, boys. It's going to be 4 rounds in a row for Astralis on the CT side. That's looking very good for them, I have to say, and we'll have AKs across the board here for Faze. No AWP available for Brokey, but it's currently set on 7 and 16. The AWPers haven't been delivering in the last couple of days. The Major certainly is through the smoke, through the wall, in the head. Olofmeister is dead. And we've got a 4-man setup towards the B tunnels as well. Faze don't have anything to speak of the map.
Yeah, I think that death's taken them by surprise. I mean, you really weren't accounting for it. Look at the damage. They're inflicting. Oh, they could have killed him. And they will kill one. Nico goes down to the device AWP, and he's already bopping out of there, strafing back to support Long. Oh, the death. Look at where Olof's body is. Like, Cold Zera to the left of him, that's the Rain. That's Nico, excuse me. Olof is right in the corner underneath Rush's cam. That's how, like, look at the angle. Magisk wallbanged him through the smoke at an angle like that. Such a good, precise spray. There's another one for Magisk. He'll get his second. Round 1, unless Brokey and Rain can make something materialize up against the Astralis CT force.
Magus is low on the B bomb site, so if they do manage to get a mid to B split going here, they're onto something. Brokey has a smoke for CT spawn, a Molotov to deny the push, and a flash to get them over into the site. That's the best play they've got.
Big nade again. Big spray down coming in. The double wombo combo from Dupree and Glaive. 80 landing at their front door. Their loss bonus is now $2,900. So Galil's AK-47s, as you can see, that's reflected now, and it's going to have to take 4 rounds in a row. I feel like Astralis have actually set up a really solid CT side. It's dynamic. It's working out. They're nailing their shots, mixing things up, overwhelming their opponents through the smoke as well, multiple times. 2 smoke kills there to kick things off.
Yeah, and Rain didn't see a single enemy. He
Exactly.
caught 3 nades over the course of that round. And starting with a bang, Olofmeister will eliminate Glaive. Throws his 16th death onto the in-game leader's board. And Long Control immediately seized. You can see how they bounce around now to change the approach. Device was hoping to catch Nico over the edge of the smoke. Bit of a role reversal now. Previously, Nico was dancing with Device on his CT side. He had a scout, though. Bit of an upgraded one for the Danish sniper.
If Magus goes down into there... Oh my god.
Great shot.
Device is having a mad one, and Rain's dead. That's Magisk. He's locked them in now. They are absolutely cream cracking here, boys.
They are chocolate bourbon. Rich tea, hobnob. What I'm trying to say is, it's over. 2 left, 1 on the edge of the smoke. It will be Olofmeister giving him the easiest and slowest peak. Nice work from Brokey, but only with a Galil. He's presented 3 to keep Faze's chances here on Dust 2. Dupree will... Ooh, I think he got spotted. Brokey does peek in and hits a great shot. Now upgrading. Maybe there's a chance for Brokey. What a clutch player he is. He's disappearing to B. He anticipates the long. Can he get on out of cover fast? Can he get out there enough? Tucks in. Just about safe. He's going to B, boys.
He absolutely is. This looks great for a 1 versus 4 clutch. Brokey will get the bomb down. Magisk, he knows he hasn't crossed over towards double doors at least, and we'll see Brokey challenge. He's got him. Maybe he actually goes now. He's looking towards the window. Oh, he has no idea. Magisk might have it now. He's assuming he's coming from tunnels at this stage. Oh, he seems to... Oh, did he catch him?
I think he saw him. I thought it was the backpack for sure. He's done it.
Brokey
wins.
What a clutch king. The Latvian 1v4 keeps Faze in it.
Absolutely brilliant scenes there from Brokey. It didn't look possible. 1 versus 4 with the Galil. It felt like they could even throw players at him, which they did. But he took them all down. Remember, he hasn't planted the bomb. He hasn't done anything. Everyone's challenging, and even Astralis makes a mistake sometimes. And great play from him. But a 1v4 with the Galil probably shouldn't be happening.
Well, that right now would actually be the pivot round for the game right here, because look, there is 15 rounds on the board for Astralis. They're on the CT side. That's where the economy can go through a few more woes. We're highlighting right here Dupree, the highest fragger right now on the side of things for Astralis, and Brokey, with that, he's been able to get himself into the double digits. He was actually struggling for the squad up until this point, the lowest fragger for the team still, but Astralis will get another shot at it. They will have 2 more buys this round and the next very comfortably. So they have plenty of shots here to take FaZe Clan out of the equation. With only 1 individual surviving, that loss bonus coming on through, you can see that buy is not fantastic. Once again, Galil's out on the field. A couple of AKs. Make that 1, and the AWP in Brokey's hands. So it's still not a great buy for FaZe. They need to win this one, and they need to win it cleanly.
All right.
It's a difficult one. The 3 Galils, with 4 players going down in the previous. They will have the ult for Brokey, but still, he'll have no grenades. First bit of damage towards Cold Zera. And that was a long doors, courtesy of Dupree, throwing the HE in towards those double door areas. We're going to have Brokey looking for the short pushes. So a flat default here. He manages to save the team. Wasn't posting a massive score before, but takes himself up to 11 after winning the 1v4. 23 kills for Device, his rival in terms of the sniping responsibilities.
What a clutch that was. That might do wonders for the FaZe morale. Time will tell. 3 rounds the gap. Run boosting Nico across. This is the same as his cousin gets set up. Maybe he's been taking lessons and tips. Either way, nothing found on that run boost. Still 5v5.
So the execution will be coming in. You can see them setting up for it. It's 4 players there. 1 towards long. That's still called Zeras. They have the smokes, the flashes available. But can they get it done? It's been so vulnerable. THE damage when they commit. Dupree will spot at least 1 on the corner there, and Nico not far behind him.
Oh, they're already going very wide. Olaf takes the first, but Glaive, sensational. Device as well. The 3 of them all falling in very quick succession. A tough duel for Nico as the flames pop, and Cold, he's so late. He's been trying to contain long this whole time, and as his teammates have fallen, he just jumps straight into the first. What a shot Device holds, and it's Astralis 16. They take it. FaZe's map pick, Dust 2. It starts with an Astralis victory.
Like a fire in the eye of a hurricane, always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me, it's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge. Ain't come alive. Go to hell and back. just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. Come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we on the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so hard they can't take it. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. Come alive. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I passed the point of no return. Something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. Right. Come alive. Come alive. Come alive in the nighttime. Come alive in the nighttime. Come alive in the nighttime.
Well, it seems they're going to have to face facts. They lost their map pick, and Astralis are 1-0 up in the series. It's the final one of the day. We've already seen the likes of CIS, Team Spirit VP. We also got to see Vitality G2, which was just a whole lot of French Counter-Strike. You can check it out if you want. But for now, we're talking Astralis Faze. We're talking map 1, Dust 2, and guys, 8-7 half looking like we're hunky-dory, everyone's inseparable.
But it was 8-7 on the CT side for Astralis, and that's what I want to talk about. Their CT side looked fantastic. It was looking so good from the B-bomb side on both sides, to be fair, was looking great. I normally say it's a vulnerability on the Dust 2 map.
Yeah.
Cold Zero, excellent in there. Then we had Dupree, Device, that double orb combo looking fantastic.
Yeah, it's the double orb combo between these two individuals here that I think is a standout on their CT side, and I pointed out during the game the fact that they can play spawn base, so if they do get the best long spawn possible, they can take that right there. It sets them up to be more aggressive towards middle. And Dupree, within the first half, he was getting a lot of double kills, right? We saw, I think there was at least 3 rounds that stick out in my mind where he had multi-kill impact that basically won a round instantly.
I've been really impressed with his performance so far. Sure, it's only been one map, but this is night and day compared to what we saw early in the week from Dupree. We're calling him out, and he only had 5 frags, and he was using the AWP as well. Much better, and it bodes very well moving on to Inferno as well. This is looking excellent for Astralis taking the face pick.
It really is.
And with Dupree as an individual, him and Magus are the 2 names who I always throw up when they go up against superstar teams, right? Teams who traditionally like it to be a little bit brawly. You can see with Faze how much cleaner their game has gotten. It's not just run around, but when we had that Nico saved AK round, they're able to win. They had the Brokey 1-on-4. That skill still shines on through in those regards right there. But if we're going to look for a pivot round or a swing round of the game, I wouldn't say it was necessarily a swing round, but one that Faze will be regretting. It's that one we get the highlight towards the end. Dupree close doors, they get the Zeus, they stumble through window, Magus getting a bunch of kills right there. That round, they're probably going to wish that one didn't happen because they went onto a streak of rounds not long after that and could have really put themselves closer to locking this one away. Now that we go on to Inferno, it's still wide open. There's still a really high chance that we go to a 3rd map here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're only talking about Dust 2.
No, yes, certainly. We are heading towards our 2nd map discussion. We'd have to take a break before we do that. But yeah, just 40 rounds from FaZe Clan. It's going to have to be better if we want to see that 3rd map that you're talking about. Inferno is around the corner, though, and that that is exactly where we're headed. We'll be right back talking about the second map of this series in just a moment.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
To be brilliant is to defy convention and challenge expectations. So Intel will bring the processing power for when it's time to go. Brilliant. Frame rates that keep up with your reflexes. Brilliant. Fast clock speeds for when you're on the clock. Brilliant. It's what we do at Intel, powering you to master your potential. Will you rise? Intel. Unleash your brilliance.
Last year, we took 2 lucky winners on a trip to Berlin and gave them the experience of a lifetime. This year, we can take you for a trip to Rio. Take part in a series of GG.bet contests for a chance to win awesome prizes and a trip to Rio. See details on the website.
Sometimes I like the way you try, even though you know you will fail. Sometimes I give you hope before I take it all away from you. I'll never let you win. I feel you giving it. I'll never let you win. I feel you giving it. I never get tired taking down your empire. I feel alive in the middle of the crusade. I hear your steps and every move you make. I'm always one step ahead. I smell your fear, your tired sighs are music to my ears. I'll never let you win. I feel you giving it. I'll never let you win. I feel you giving it. I never get tired taking down your empire.
ESL 1 Road to Rio is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG Bet.
Howdy folks, we're back to review Inferno. That is map 2, and this was Astralis' pick. So let's try and get as much as we can into this segment. Are you down for the challenge?
Absolutely.
As much information,
Always down.
all of the stuff that we are supposed to say actually gets said. Are you ready?
I can say it.
Oh,
you want to do it?
as well?
Oh, you guys want to play too? Okay.
It's like a whole team effort.
All right, let's try.
It's not all about you.
Let's try. Let's see if we can do it.
Okay, thank you. So, Astralis,
Yes.
they forged a dynasty on 2 maps. It was Nuke, that was 1, but it was also Inferno.
It's
It was
true.
like 18-0 or something. That was important. That was good.
Yeah, they were the architects of how to play the banana area on the CT side. They showed us how the grenades can be utilized to their maximum potential, finding maximum damage as well. Every team is replicating at this point, including Faze. It's become a bit of a standard for that area of the map.
And they're currently undefeated on this map in the road to Rio right here. It's 4-0 for the boys right now. They're currently sitting, have all been double-digit games in that run, 16-11, 16-12,
Tough
16-11,
opponents,
yeah,
or-
19-16, Ents, Heretics, NIP, and Fnatic. So all relatively big names, some names we've even seen make it here through to the playoffs, so keep that in mind. Some of the things which go against them in terms of the stat lines, over those 4 maps, they've only won 2 pistol rounds. That's 25% of their pistol rounds, so keep that in mind. But then if we reflect and we jump on over to the FaZe clan side of things, they've also played Inferno 4 times in the road to Rio. However, theirs is a little bit more of a scattered pass. They've won 2 and lost 2, and the 2 that they won were against Contact and Movie Star Riders. Yeah, the losses are to Copenhagen Flames and North. So they lost to Danish teams. They didn't necessarily play hard hitters on Inferno just yet, right?
And bear in mind, FaZe are currently 8-0 on the road to Rio. They're looking for a 9-0 run at this point. Astralis could deny it all and take them out. So this could be great.
And that would put FaZe down to play against G2, so we're going to get the Nico versus Hunter situation yet again if they do lose this one right here. And just to have the stat lines we were going with, the pistol rounds for FaZe after 4 games, it's great that we have the exact same sample size of maps here in the road to Rio. They have won 5 of their 8 pistol rounds. So the pistols, will be looking towards FaZe to potentially pick those up. But if you look at Astralis, the majority of their rounds over those 4 maps have been won on the CT side. FaZe, the majority of their rounds over their 4 maps have been won on the T side. So this is actually going to be quite a curious matchup that we have right here.
Now we can do the joke.
The joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were telling us about the car, the stand-up that you were going to do for everybody at home.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so I'm starting a new charity for men who can't ejaculate. Let me know if you can't come.
It was pretty good on the spot. I like that.
It wasn't bad.
I'm sweating after that one. Thank
Just
God
saved
it's
by the
over.
bell.
Saved by the bell. We're getting back into it. It is Inferno, map 2 of the series. Winner goes on into that upper bracket. Loser meets G2. Will it be a battle of the Kovacs? Will it be another perfectly synced bum? No, it won't. Okay,
No,
FaZe
not
Astralis, we're getting back into it, folks. I've got my fingers crossed to a third, but as Chad has already highlighted, and I'll be honest, over the course of that segment, Chad, you kind of whittled and chipped away at my faith in FaZe.
I did, but what did I say about Astralis and the lion's share of their rounds?
You said that they do it all on the CT side.
Well, where are they starting?
Well, okay, I see what you've done there. I like it.
Well, the pistol then, presumably very important on the T side. We will see 3 smokes, 4 flashes, and a Molotov. Barely any Kevlar out there for Astralis, just Device and Dupree, the double D combo that will be protected. And they'll start to push towards Banana, waiting for a bit of an assault here from the CT side, but they've got a 4-man setup towards middle. Broken Olofmeister towards a quad side, and of course, Rain and Coldzera patrolling quad. 5 players there for Astralis. We talked about the commitment to this side of the map. You've got to get your skates on, start committing within about 15 seconds from this point. You have no idea if you're being flanked, and this is why. You can see
So we
that
can actually put the
Coldzera pushing
timer
down.
on it, right? Like, this is about 15 seconds, so you better hope you haven't got pins pulled. They do. No one's watching, so if he gets this timing right, it was just a second shy. Maybe a chance still, but no, they'll just pivot, turn around and collect, and oh my god, if they get Rain, they could just go A. Phew, okay, so he'll escape. His death could have changed everything, but he lives on, and they turn around.
Rain will go towards second middle here. And he could be in a lot of trouble. He'll find the first, but presumably will be taken down by Magisk and Glaive. He'll chime in with the third. 4 versus 2, and it's going to be Nico Olofmeister rotating in from the library side. Flashbang lands at his front door. They've spotted him, but no damage inflicted. Bombs go down.
Okie dokie. Not much these poor CTs can do. I mean, at least they're close to the site. At least they've both got kits.
They might actually consider saving. I know it seems
Even
ridiculous.
though no Kev?
Yeah, it's just the bomb's already down. They don't have any ground. They have to wait out this smoke. Even though they have nades of their own that you were starting to build the story of maybe, we need to look at the fact that we just kicked off the pissed around to the second map and Faze already down a map. So the percentages would say hold on to that kit, hold on to the nades. It's going to be more beneficial when you're not sitting down 2 to 4 with the bomb already planted. So they will be opting. It's just a shame that the right play is the most boring play, but that's kind of just the way that it unfolds. That's the game of Counter-Strike.
And I'm totally cool with it in the situations like this. The problems arise when it's 14-14 and a team is sitting there having to save on a 4v5 retake. That sucks a bag of things.
Onions.
Yes,
That
sucks a bag of onions. No one wants to suck an onion.
No.
That's no fun for anyone.
Well, we do have the force buy and response, or at least I assume we do. Nico will confirm it. Rain will join him with the Desert Eagle armor as well, and a scout for Olaf. They did save 2 kits there and a bit of armor as well for Nico, so they do manage to get a pretty decent haul into this second round, and probably the most popular to force buy on, to be honest with you. CT side of the smokes especially. It's all about whittling down that clock and trying to make them uncomfortable as possible, get some decent flanks in, potentially some nade damage as well, and Olaf Mice is trying to find some tanks here to kick the round off, but the flashbang will make things a little bit uncomfortable, and that's a perfect little setup there.
That was deliberate, right? Like that sweep, you can see
100%.
Dupree. Oh, he just catches the player, because chances are if you're sniping down middle, you're only going to move out of the line of sight. You're not retreating. You're not expecting that push. Nico, I can't believe he stands his ground there. He resists and retains his life. He'll get the frag as well. 3v4. Smoke towards the CT. 2 members from Astralis starting the hit here. Rain, he wants to take a 1. They're stack lading it. He gets chunked down to 25, but the fact he's still alive does bode well. Will they get the bomb down? He caught a glimpse. Sees the arm, knows there's someone nearby. Through the smoke with low HP Nico. He's already got 2 kills. They can't surely expect another from him.
Clear in a second.
Maybe can nutmeg. He's hearing all of this. Glaive's staring at the smoke though, and very, very smart gaming.
Yeah, I love that. They haven't even planted a bomb yet. They knew Nico was up to something there. He's already found 2 kills, and Glaive, they'll find him in that smoke. That should be the round, to be honest with you. Brokey and Cold Zero. There are kits available to them, and we'll see whether this works out for Astralis.
Can that be on new rule?
A new rule?
A new rule when we're playing counter.
Oh, okay.
Is that when there's a smoke down on the site, we don't plant. We chill. We actually spray it.
Sure.
Because the amount of times I feel like we've got everything covered and there's someone shooting us in the booty.
Well, we were still getting past the calling correctly stage, making sure everybody listens to the strategies at a spawn. That was one that that was one of our first.
And Harry Russell, for someone that's paid to speak, is incapable of speech.
Well, he's one of those individuals, and there's actually a lot of them out there. It will come as a bit of surprise to people if you haven't played a lot of Counter-Strike yourself. There are people who are actually unable to speak and shoot at the same time.
Even like professional gamers?
Look, I'm not going to lie, in certain situations, there will be individuals who are dead who will take over the calling so somebody can just focus on the fragging and the information.
Speaking of focusing the fragging, Magus is opted for the Glock only in round number 3 here, so a bit of cheese. Going to try and just punish this B side of the map, and we'll see what he can make of it. It's actually players like Flusher, those shows how powerful this can be, so it's no investment really. He's already got armor, and we'll see whether it works out for him. Looking at that 3-0 scoreline, it'd be perfect. Throwing in Magisk first. He's done a bit of damage there with the grenade as well. I said a bit, just 90.
Just a casual 90.
Yeah.
Another one as well.
Their utility damage is just working out for them. Great shots. Glaive got 2. Still not committing, still not any sort of step towards a bomb plant. They don't need to. No rush. They don't want to fall to any sort of stacks. You can see them very procedurally clearing their way in.
You can tell the difference between Astralis when it gets to the playoffs or the serious matches, right? We had it within the Pro League as well. When we saw them, there was a different looking team when we made it into Stage 2. And now we have a different looking team when we make it to the playoffs here. It's not that they, are struggling in the other games, but it's they turn up the intensity level, I think. Those little mistakes that maybe they would have been making a couple of games ago against a team that they wouldn't necessarily, and not be respecting, because Astralis are a team who do their homework on everybody, but maybe you take a little more of a lackadaisical approach, a little bit more relaxed.
Like the drive-by flashbang execute of Olaf is something that perhaps you're not whipping out every single second round by, but when you've got a player that you feel like you need to whip out the extra step, you do.
We heard from Zonic. We asked him a very hard question. We said, who do you think is the most consistent team other than yourself? And he said, well, most likely Faze. So you know that the target is on the back of Astralis at all times, and if Faze are the next closest to that crown, you want to take it as serious as possible. You want to make them look a little bit silly. That's the best way to show that you are the best team in the world.
Well, there it is. It will be a pretty clean round there from Astralis, only giving up 1 player. Magisk with the pretty much eco into that one as well. With the Glock, he'll survive and leave the round with a UMP. 3 AKs otherwise, and the Zipex he might be considering dropping the orb for Dever. As we get into that next round, here's Glaive with a double kill. One towards Spawn, the preemptive shot towards Coffins as well. Nice wallbang, almost got the third. Close things out with that AK. So, fantastic start for Astralis here, and it will be Faze in the back foot to kick things off. You can see 1 kit, 4 players without helmets, so that UMP on the field as well. That could be incredibly dangerous for them. Flashbang over the top of the start to push back any aggressive CTs here towards Banana, but they've held a relatively tight line. You can see they've got the deep smoke down, the Molotovs as well, and now deploying those HEs, but no real damage inflicted on either side. Bit of a boost here for Nico as he looks for players crossing towards logs.
Ooh, they can still work with them. A Molotov will not stop the line being held. You can see Nico is so desperate to hold that information. In fact, a T-smoke towards that half wall. What's the move now?
So they could boost up behind that with a flashbang just before they do so. Could be the call. Just waiting to see if there's any sort of reaction. Looking for the CT boost.
Henry, look how low their util is. They've got nothing on B.
They dropped so much and they didn't really do any damage for him.
Oh man, how do you hold the wolf at the door when you've got no smoke grenades?
And we talked about this a lot. This is a pre-fire spot now. The boost, I think, has gone out of meta if you ask me. It's good for the retakes of the bomb site when the bomb's already down, I think, but these sort of rounds, sure, Nico can get a kill or two, but I feel like Astralis will be aware of it.
Right, so you can see actually with what they've done here is they hope that Rain will get enough contact. Like, he has to get one. Now they can all look at boost at the same time. Pre-fire does come in. There's only a tag. Nico will get one before he falls, but into the side nonetheless. No, that's the bomb. Zipex does go down. A dink does nothing through the wall.
And this could be enough for Zera, to be honest with you. But great positioning from Device there. Low HP as well, down to 12. And he gives him a 3-on-2. Broke it with the orb. Olofmeister with a full array of utility. They can go for this, but they're both coming from CT Spawn. And yeah, they've already cancelled. Off they go, 4-0 Astralis.
So what's that? That was pistol round. They had to go for the save. And right here on the first gun round, that's not the situation you want to be finding yourself in. And one of the keys right there, Alex, you were bang on, was the limited utility. You see, they couldn't stop that at any point. And because it was delayed, because Astralis almost made it a contact hit, after they dropped their own smokes. The question was, is this a fake? Are they even coming? Cold Zero rotated over. He was there to help the boys on out. Olaf will find one onto Device there as he tries to escape. But it's not the end of the world, as the buy will come on through for Astralis, no worries. These saved weapons on the board of Brokey and Olaf, they might need to be a little bit more assertive at the start of the round to see if they can find an opening pick here, because we're currently sitting at 4-0 in terms of opening duels in the favour of Astralis.
The position he opted for is ridiculous. It's like the fountain is just a perfect silhouette of a T, and he could just slot out and slide out.
Yeah, you could notice how he wasn't aiming to the left or the right, either of the fountain, directly straight ahead so that his gun's not sticking out on either side, trying to camouflage himself as best as possible.
Well, we've seen over the last 2 days, when players disconnect, standing still is clearly a very effective strategy for survival.
I saw someone comparing, I think it was NIP to a T-Rex. I think it's a Jurassic Park reference.
Yeah, the vision based on movement, not far off. And that nade wasn't either. Device caught it down to 71. Now, they're only working with that rifle and that AWP from the save. And already that rifle has found blood. Glaive, he's going to lose his mind. He's lost his head.
And there we have it. That's the first opening duel for Faze. Will they be able to convert the round, though? Mages will be towards the top and middle. And you can see it's a partial approach here with the saved AK and AWP. They can make this round work. They'll be right back into it, but they still need to find 4 players. And right now, 3 focusing towards quad.
They're going to flash him in. Olaf's got it. Brokey's going to have the chance. Pick of the litter and missed shot. Uncharacteristic of Brokey, but a second flash. Cold will take that space. Dupree wants to fight, but he may not be ready for Cold. Could be a chance for them to get a crucial frag to stop this. A push back turned. Great timing. Cold finds it 4v3.
So the orb's down, but the AK's still up. Olofmeister patrolling the quad side. He made it to the bomb. He's incredibly careful, and he's not. Where's the trade? Device needs to get it, but it's going to be Olofmeister holding incredibly strong here. Looking good for the first round. Yeah,
he's done everything he needed to. There was the pressure was on him, and his AK has found them 3. Cold did well to find Dupree in the apartments. Now Zipex looking for the bomb. A plant would be fantastic. Rain's in a position where he could probably contest it, though. He'll hear that sound cue. He'll be the first to... Oh, he's going to let it go down.
It's important plant as well for Astralis, so good stuff from Zipex. I don't see him winning this.
No, it's going to be very difficult. If he could find Rain first, does so, but took a little too long about it. That's the worst feeling, when if you just get that first clean, you knew you'd have had a chance.
Yeah, and just to note right there, we were talking about the lack of opening kills for Faze. That was where they get their first. Olaf had a huge impact on that round. He's even carrying the AWP across right now, so they can get that back in Brokey's hands if they so desire. So good stuff from Faze here. We know that they're good on these type of rounds, and that was the opening. So just a pixel gap. Olaf looking sharp here today.
Yeah, very impressive. And is that enough to knock them down to size? We have got 3 AKs there for now. Is Olaf Meister and his stats so far currently set in 4 and 2, 57 ADR, 3 AK kills, and they're on the CT side.
Do you think my beard will ever look like that?
No.
It's just not in my repertoire.
I'm in the same crew as you.
Oh, man. I'll just be scruffy. That's all I've got. I'm stuck with the scruff. Brokey hasn't fragged yet. Blave's looking for one towards Banana. It's worth taking note of just how well Astralis seem to be avoiding utility damage at the moment. So many times you see players limping over, and just as I say it, they're burning. 2 of them are. Device is so low, but he has no idea, and Magisk, he's the one to connect through the smoke.
Yeah, they needed that. It wasn't looking good towards Banana at all, but through the smoke, Magisk will strike, and they're back to a 4 and 4, but Device very low. Zipex certainly not. He's still got 100 HP, and Dupree working towards the boiler. It's actually an arch focus this time, as we've got coldzera towards Trash, and Brokey baiting him with the AWP. The idea is Brokey will fire off a shot, fall back, hopefully take the attention with him, and they'll overlook this position coldzera is sat in. One player towards B, that's just Nico, and he's been spotted now. Magisk will fire off a pop shot, maybe bait out a bit of reaction here. coldzera with a smoke, which they're trying to get rid of, ideally. He's holding on to it and deploys it.
One of the things to note right now is that FaZe have managed to maintain mid-control here. They've dropped a Molotov, they have a smoke, and they even have a kill. So this is looking fantastic. Device is low. They're running out of options. They're running out of time. FaZe have done a great job of holding on to key bits of real estate in this round.
Now that real estate will be questioned. 3 squatters by the names of Device, Zipex, and Magisk are knocking on the door. Brokey for a perfect flash. He can throw one of his own, he's even got a second. Anything he can do to slow them down, those flashes have worked wonders. Buying time, now they're back. Vision restored for the Danes. Brokey does not want to go down through a speculative shot.
Well, it's down to Nika now. They're trying to deny this plant, and doesn't do any significant damage. The bomb does go down. He does get a dink through the coffins there. Magisk trying to re-coordinate. Over towards Emo now. Brokey will be there. They've got no utility on the Astralis side. Should be a very convincing Faze finish.
Should. Nico has to hit this shot first, and the off angle, it's worked so well for Zipex. They just assumed it was clear. Dinked. Surviving. Brokey hits the shot. Olaf into the site, onto Device. He's got the lineup. Look at that. It's perfect for the defuse. He doesn't have to move. And now they know exactly where he is. Brokey can hold the defuse. Spray finds one. He assumes that was the diffuser. And it will be Faze securing their second. Just keeping this competitive, keeping this game interesting.
Well, there we have it. Good attempt there. The bomb going down does yield one more buy for Astralis here. 4-2 up, and they've kept that round pretty clean on the Faze clan side of things. They got the AWP and 2 M4s brought over as well. The AK in the hands of coldzera. Round 7 coming up, and the first AK has been purchased, but they haven't brought much else out.
I don't know if they have to go for the full force right here. They get 2,400 in the next round, so they could just limp in with a partial buy to keep Faze honest, and that seems to be what they're doing. So Dupree, with a little bit more cash than everybody else, is able to get away with the AK, but it's Tech 9s and Deagles for the remainder. A couple of bits of utility, an aggressive push from Faze. This will stifle any execute they had in mind.
It can sometimes fall apart, though, pretty quickly. Nico towards bench, and he's been spotted. He'll be swarmed for second middle, bear in mind, and here it comes. He'll hold on. They might actually get away with this. It's looking very good. That's excellent work from Nico. Dupree trying to make this round at least significant. If he gets a couple of kills, that'd be great. Bomb down. Brokey. He's got the AWP, bear in mind. And down he goes. He gets the dink, but
Throw it away.
good call.
Well, it's more than Dupree probably bargained on picking up, and he may meet coldzera. So, 4-3, closing the gap. That's perfect. 3 kills from Nico. Aggressive down middle. I want to see that one again. Just charging down. More and more teams are throwing it into the arsenal because you're just almost always going to get caught out. If you throw the right timing, perfection.
Well, that's 3 rounds in a row now for Faze. Astralis, they took a bit of a partial investment there with one player on the AK-47. That was Dupree. This time they'll be fully equipped. Dupree still has his utility and a spare $400 cash as we get into round number 8 now. So Faze, sure they've won 3 in a row, but their money still needs a bit of work. First grenade towards Banana, doesn't do a massive amount of damage, just 12 towards Nico. He'll answer back the incendiary that lands directly in the smoke.
Oh, there could be trouble here. Maybe not. Vegas, he bails them out very easily. Nico's going to get the trade back. It's a 4v4. A lot of nades have been exchanged in Banana. As we can see with a minute 25 left on the clock, both teams, their utility is already being milked on out. This push could be everything.
Wow, they have Cold behind him. And he might get this one as well. They're trading blows.
Yeah, very equal right now. Glaive down to 9, Cold 0 at 38, and he's the last player towards B, but he might have done enough here. Dupree waits at the end of the apartments and Zipex to T steps. He's got the bomb. Just one towards B. That's the low Cold 0, but happy to defend for now. 1 minute remains. And in terms of utility, just a couple of smokes and flashes, but they could just go for the contact play, knowing that the final player could be low here.
This is his test. Molotov, he's safe from it. Oh my god, only just, it could have spread. But now they might call it clear. And he has a real chance here and he takes the head off Glaive. Things get very difficult for Astralis now. With 30 seconds, the rotates in. Brokey smoked off. He still has a chance, but takes the shot and the wall bang. Hello, Zipex. He's calculated that one perfectly.
Well, they know exactly where Brokey is, but they have no flashbang to get him off his perch here. 18 seconds remain and Dupree perfectly done. Now there's one player remains. That's going to be Olaf Meister, and they seem to know he's towards B. Does he swing in? Well, it'll be the Orb to challenge, and Dupree trying to close things out here. Look at that 5th round on the board.
Gave it a good go. Dupree, that flank was the be-all and end-all. Takes an AWP into the next as well.
Look at Brokey's money now, right? I want to point this out because 2 rounds ago we saw the AWP get thrown away from Dupree. That meant that Brokey had to reinvest with the full AWP buy-on. And now if you want to get the full set of nades, you want to get the head armor, the AWP and the defuse kit, that's going to be a small loan. So an AWPer right now, like Brokey having to reinvest after that little tiny inconvenience, you can see what that's done. Nico's actually invested into an AWP of his own here, and we saw them pull around away with an AWP and an AK just earlier in the piece, so this one's still possible.
Yeah, he's certainly capable of making these rounds work, but he knows he has to be active. We challenge towards Banana to start, waits initial flames to go down, and unfortunately his teammate does take significant damage. Gives up the fact he's got the AWP, doesn't land the shot, and goes down to 52. Glaive will use the information to go up towards middle. A lot of footsteps made, and Olaf Meister looks like he's good for 1.
Oh, the jiggle from Dupree is everything.
Yeah, you can see how well thought out there is. It's done damage towards B. They know Nico's with the AWP in B now as well. And he's actually rotated over towards Library. Smoke down.
He has to hold on to this. He has to be careful now.
He does, doesn't he? They're going for a B split. There's actually 3 towards B right now. 2 of them trying to get towards Arch. He could just walk through that smoke, to be honest with you.
That's what Brokey's counting on.
I think that he could definitely get a kill if they do. Oh, the timing. I think he's gone through the moment they were waiting.
This is great though. No one ever sits behind the arch smoke like this. It's such a tight choke point. This is a huge risk and it's going to pay off.
Oh, Brokey didn't see them, but they certainly heard him.
That's a lot of information for Astralis. Look at their setup right now.
They're trying to pull him apart as well. Just Glaive making footsteps so he can come out and swing. Perfect.
It is. It's very well coordinated. Rain Scarberry actually catches a bullet. Down to just 1 HP. What could you possibly do with 1 HP when Dupree is clearing his corners as carefully as that?
Yeah, very efficient stuff, but now both players towards the Banana area. They managed to get a kill and maybe a bit more, but the AWP is gone, Chad. You're dead on there, Glaive. Overtaking that at the end of the round. For now, use it as bait.
Yeah, Cold's got one as well. Let's see if he can get away with his. If he hits the deagle shot, he's good, and he heard the sound cue, knows one's dropped down. Oh, he can hear the cavalry, they're charging towards him. All of Astralis descending the T-ramp. A perfect flash for the survival. Cold.
Surely they lost him now.
It's a different game now. It's hide and seek, and he's been spotted. Getting around the corner. Caught by Dupree. 4 kills in that round.
And Dupree is still playing fantastic. He's carrying on that form that we saw over there on Dust too. So this is great signs for Dupree here, and that's 6 on the board for Astralis. That is what we would call par for the course. They don't actually need any more rounds right now to at least be where the average is, or at least the average should be on a map like Inferno. So every round from this point forward that Astralis throw on, consider that, you know, the icing, the cherry on top. You got some bloody sprinkles on there as well. Maybe they put a Freddo Frog inside your cake. You're getting everything.
Freddo Frog. They used to be 10p back in my day. Very different scenes back in the UK now. It's a sad time, but we'll continue with round number 10 and Astralis, their great form. Dust 2 already under their belt. Inferno looking very good for them. This is their pick, but they're receiving damage at the start here. They'll throw back a Molotov in response and try and gain Banana access once again. You can see they've got 4 players at the bottom. Rain and Nika to defend this time. They've got the M4s between them, and now a severe lack of grenades. Not really sure what that smoke's for. It's suggesting someone did it, perhaps. It doesn't look like it's already gone anywhere.
No, certainly doesn't.
So it rained through that. We were lining that up the other day, so that's designed, in my opinion, for the half-wall, and then you can throw the Molotov behind it. It would have gone down now regardless, so not a huge deal.
Well, as soon as they bait this smoke out of Nico's hands, they're looking hot to trot to hit the B bomb site. Not a lot of utility remaining. If you can have Banana for free with this much time left on the clock, you have to be happy, but that is assuming they don't go down here top mid.
Brokey very committed, 2 and 7. Couldn't really get going on Dust to either. His teammate will be dropped. That's rain towards B. And this could be perfect. With Dupree at the end of the apartment, they can coordinate themselves back towards Banana now. Molotov towards middle. Brokey still planting his feet. He'll be joined by Cold Zero as well. It's going to be Nico alone at the B bomb site.
God, he's got a lot to do. Brokey's still being kept busy. Glaive's just been throwing some nades and waiting. Now Dupree's fragging on A. They're taking the bomb back there, and now Brokey, perhaps a chance. If he peeks middle, he spots another and gets away. Oh my God, the ambition on this one. He goes for a re-peek. Molotov's good. 15 seconds as the bomb does head back to B. Unfortunately, Cold Zera couldn't keep them at bay, and now Brokey, it's more of a game for survival. He's done well to find the kills, but this round will be Astralis.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Brokey with 2 great shots, but it's all about self-preservation now. He'll tuck himself in toward the T apartments, but the hunt is officially on once again. You can see Dupree searching for his prey, and for now, Brokey, just 10 points of health. Can't even scope at this stage. It'll have to be a no-scope, a quick scope to try and defend himself, but I don't think he's going to do so. Oh, spotted, and now down to 2 HP.
He got tagged for 3. Man, he's dead. Dupree secures it, not even interested in the AWP.
They've only got $3,000 per player, Chad. It's really starting to fall apart for them.
Yeah, this is the bin juice right here. It's a Sunday morning. It's 40 degrees outside. Running out. The trash man, he's coming.
He's not happy.
You didn't even get your
recycling,
flip-flops on.
your glass,
It's all over.
You didn't slice up the cardboard into manageable chunks. You've just crammed it all in there.
I'll tell you what's in fashion right now in my building in London. They've got this cool thing where they leave their bin bags outside the apartment doors for everyone to enjoy.
In the hallway.
So everyone's
just going to go
smell it.
through and actually have all the look what they're consuming or throwing away. You can actually have a look. Nice aroma, homely.
Smells very nice.
So as you walk to your home, you get to smell the waste
long day
of everyone else.
Wait, hold on, Henry. Do you have an ant problem in your building?
I don't have an ant problem per se. Not in this building, but in another building in Germany, there is a bit of one.
I hope Harry's listening right now, and I hope that he's come to an agreement with the ants. They've put down their weapons.
They've retreated.
They've retreated?
They've had a ceasefire.
All right, well, we dropped some nukes in there today, so they should be dealt with here in the same way that Faze Clan.
I've got a feeling about this one, boys. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But something tells me, my spidey senses tell me that Nico, he might be able to make something happen here. That first shot, it's sort of convincing me. That's to be made. It's down to 47. So a bit of presence here towards B. We know they're handy with the Desert Eagles. They're desperate for a round. And in terms of the script, it would read perfectly if Faze can win this and start to bring this half back to life.
Yeah, we haven't seen a stomp in a very long time. Usually about this point is where the CTs pull out an impossible round. We've seen many 2v5s, full eco victories, a single AWP. We saw Faze do that with the AK just earlier. But just Eagles this time. And Nico, we had a chance. A missed shot. He'll deploy a smoke as a compromise.
Do you want us to call you Peter Parker if you're right, Henry, or
Call you what, sorry?
Peter Parker if you're correct?
That would be great, actually. My spidey senses, that would certainly be fitting. And here comes the first kill. Dupree to answer back, but he does know a couple more players are available. The spray getting a bit wild. 10 bullets remaining in that AK, trying to throw a flashbang out of there, but this is looking good. I reckon Rain gets one here. It's a nice position. Device has spotted him.
Oh, the miss. It's not good.
Good enough, though. And a chance again. Rain making that deagle work. He's actually reloading. Oh my God, he has a chance. He nearly pulled the trigger again. 2v2, though, you're absolutely bang on. This has got way more competitive than we anticipated, but the CTs, gamble stacking to A or retreating to save the AK, one way or the other, this round is gone.
Yeah, well, their positions now certainly suggest so.
They've just realised as well.
I felt like they heard something, and someone's given a call of conviction because there was no reason to rotate back. That they're still up for it, so it was a bit of a missed call. You're right, though. Saving the AK-47, I think, is more important than going for this. You're probably not going to win, I'll be honest. But give it a go.
Give it a crack. You need some rounds on the board here, and while 7-3 down, pushing straight through, they're going to try their best. Bomb ticking away now. It's done.
Oh, the flash is just brutal.
What's he going to do?
The flash was the one that got him.
It's not normally a flash that gets Henry. It's normally the 1v4s.
A single flashbang has broken our colour commentator.
I kind of started swallowing and talking at the same time, and all of a sudden just coughed at my lungs. But we're good. We're back. So
Welcome back. I'm glad you're here.
But that was not bad, was it? Astralis, pretty close to giving that one up. Doesn't really matter unless they do. But A3 all the same, and Brokey back on the AWP. No one breaking double digits yet. We're only seeing round 12. We're seeing a very quiet Faze out there so far.
And Dupree on a mad one, 16 and 4. Brokey taking matters into his own hands, but Magis, actually a missed shot from Brokey was a sitting duck. And Device has caught one back early, straight away. Death on A. It's going to be that fight. Very close quarters, and they want to commit to this. They're going straight in towards A. Coldzera's let one slip the net. He will find Zipex. But they've got A control. The bomb's on its way up middle. There's no one that can catch them. Maybe there is something to be said.
I'm not sure. This looks way too good. There's no CT presence towards A whatsoever. This is similar to Dust 2 B site. If you have this sort of control, it's not even worth going for, in my opinion. We'll see whether they want to challenge this. And Glaive, he's out to speed by, and there's a double kill. He tucks them in, puts them to bed, and we are going to have Brokey and Rain, presumably just saving at this point.
Yeah, Glaive, he just showed up. He said, put on these. It's FaZe Clan pajamas. He says, you're off to bed. We've got 9 now to 3. It's getting out of hand.
That means there's only 3 rounds left. That's some quick maths for everybody at home right there. And with that in mind, we need to point out that FaZe have to start going for retakes. They need to start going for rounds. With only 3 remaining, with the fact that they've got the max loss bonus of 3,400 coming through, the only thing they're missing right now is the 5 kills to put a round on the board. That's what needs to change. So if they lose the bomb site like this again in the future, they will have to go for the retake. 12-3, T-half from Astralis, you may as well call it closed.
Well, this round certainly is. Brokey and Rain at least saved the AWP, and the M4, as Chad mentioned, will have maximum loss bonus here. And there it is, 4 survive for Astralis. Their money pretty much under lock and key for the rest of this half. Shouldn't be an issue. Here's Glaive with the double kill, heard them run past. They had no idea he could swing out, and that's going to be a lovely double kill for the in-game leader. 200 damage in the round as we get into number 13. The money still won't be great. 3,400. Chad mentioned they have to go to the retakes. They have to also buy these rounds because, quite frankly, 3 or 4 will not do.
9-6, we got a conversation, but haven't seen FaZe a part of the conversation in the last 13 rounds of play. Two of them holding this. This is really could be set up for success. Yeah, wow-wee. Both of them stepping into the crossfire, and the stack in apps has paid off for FaZe Clan.
2 versus 5. The double stack toward the end of the apartments actually works out a bit more aggro than we're used to. There's no way that Dupree could possibly deal with that. It's looking fantastic now for a FaZe round. And can they make it clean, though? So Astralis won't be saving this one. They're going to try and make it as expensive as possible, knowing they've got a couple of rounds left. And a boost in 3D spawn pretty much guarantees the chances here for FaZe. And in terms of what they'll receive, straight towards spawn, coffins, a couple of flashes over. They'll do a big execution with 2 people, but Device going back towards middle, just trying to get a sound cue going. In case Nico heard that from spawn. Oh, definitely heard that.
Oh, Nico, it's gone worse for him than he imagined. And with Rain being so low, if anyone could do it, Magis could just pre-fire this corner.
They're not clearing him.
They won't. They will. Gets the frag, and now into the site. A 2 versus 2?
No
Device
way.
has hit the shot onto Cold. They're both rotating in through CT, and he's taken another aggressive angle.
What?
He catches Brokey on the anti-flash, slaps his bottom, and now it's all onto Olaf to pick up the pieces. This is just dissolved in front of them. Olaf in the flames. He's burning. A lot of damage done. He actually took significant damage to the flames there. Got stuck on the tree.
Well, what can he do here? The smoke and AT available to him with the bomb only halfway gone. Olaf Meister can still win this, and Mage is challenging towards spawn. It'll be the nade towards Emo, gives him the position. Hits the shot. That was a 2 versus 5. Luckily, FaZe will restabilize. Olaf Meister getting 3 kills, comes right down to the wire. It cost him a lot, but they get the round up there, Chad. But the problem is they only get $3,500 per player now. On top of that, he saves you up, so a weapon can be dropped over, but still... How did that come down to 1 versus 1? It was a 5 versus 2.
I want to see Meg's POV on that because he hit him. He did hit him, right? He tagged him just for a tiny little bit of damage, and it wasn't enough to get across the line. I thought with the low HP on Olaf, it was going to be over. See there, he gets that little tag down to 6.
Whoa.
Must have been through the corner of the wall or the box.
Yeah, through Paul.
So right now, Astralis, by getting the bomb down there, they're going to be able to buy in the last round, which is the next round. So there's no woes for them. They can take a little bit of a risk right here. But for Faze, Henry pointed it out very astutely. They're in a little bit of trouble. And these early trades looking great for Astralis.
And Cold's done it again. Another double kill on their Apps aggression. Perfect. You lose Olaf in the process, but you'll be happy to take the man advantage. Oh my god, Nevice has been waiting for that smoke to fade for 15 seconds, and it does translate into a frag.
Well, here comes the smoke from Rain as Astralis will fully commit towards the B side of the map. They're held out by the flames for now. Great damage there from Rain. Looking for that fifth. It's actually looking pretty good for him to pick up the first. No problem.
Wow.
There's the double kill. Both headshots delivered from that Famas. And now Magisk will have not much to do, I'm afraid. 1 minute. And he's looking for any flanks from the CT side, but this moment of silence allowed them to just reposition, regather their thoughts. We've got Cold Zero, I believe, towards second middle, so that's a great spot for him. They have locked Magisk in here.
Second Molotov, this time for new box. That will flush Rain out, and he does do good damage. Burns him, in fact. Brokey, all he has to do is miss the shot, but he will not today. Finds his 6th frag. Astralis have been suffocating the young Orpa. Such a huge impact on Dust 2. We'll see that double kill again from Cole, just straight through the corner. Swings into the reload. You can see Dupree just caught out on the reload. Cold was clearly counting the bullets. And a double kill from Rain with the Famas on B really was where the round was sealed.
Yeah, that was big. It's the final round of this first half. Astralis will have a Mac 10, and there's a player without a helmet. That's going to be Rain. Couldn't afford it. So we'll see him be vulnerable to Zipex's SMG, and a bit of a push here as Nico will be working with Brokey there. Dupree didn't stand a chance, and great shot. That's Device. Fantastic flick there. Could only see the head fully connect, and now he's in towards Logs.
Faze have been doing a great job of being able to find multi-kills after they've been losing the advantage, or when the sites are feeling like they're under pressure, they can lock it on down. Rain in the previous with the Famas was very good stuff, and that Olaf clutch was great as well, but Cold Zero taking this much damage, they're out of utility already. Astralis are looking very threatening towards the top of Banana here.
Yeah, boost to watch Emo and any of that naughty smoke play. Cold doesn't spot anyone in his first jiggle, but Nico's just pushed all of them! He gets 2!
Is that going to be enough, though? It's 1 minute remaining here. Astralis with their backs to the wall. They've got no further grenades. The man disadvantaged, and Brokey, he'll jump up towards the coffin tip. Magisk will pull one back. That's actually on the bomb side itself, and he can swing round and actually pick up another one. Goes to the fly instead. It actually could be a great call, because Brokey, if he swings this one and goes down, he knows the round is over. 2 on 2. We'll see the flank from Olofmeister. Final round of this first half.
Look at Device though.
Risk overwhelmed. Device has been working on this flank for a while, but Brokey's so ready for it. He misses his shot. Olaf closing the gap. Device on for his 4th. A 1 versus 2 clutch from the Danish Orpa, but the wallbang from Olaf does significant damage. Fakes it. Device going to call the bluff. He's pushing in, and he hits another spectacular headshot. It's 10 to 5. Device has come to play today.
Turn my heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your wave right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do right now. What I do right now. For you. floating by your side. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now. For you, for you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a 10-5 half. Astralis on the T side of their map pick, and they managed to find themselves double digits. It's a rarity, Hank.
It certainly is, and we are going to have something a little bit interesting as we kick off the second half. We're looking at the double D combo again, 17 and 15 respectively. Dupree continuing that good form. It's good to see, to be honest with you. Struggled earlier on in the week and now looking much better. I think he's got a CZ to kick this one off as well. He'll be in towards the boiler room. That's where you'll find him on the T side as well. Bit of a master of that position and looking for some close range frags. You can see the odds from GG.bet come through. Astralis certainly the favourite to this point with their opponent's map pick under the belt and 10 rounds on the T side of Inferno.
Well, before we get this one underway, what we said before we kicked off the map of Inferno was Faze's pistol round stats in the last month has been better on this than that of Astralis's. But Astralis have won the lion's share of their games, 4-0 in the road to Rio on Inferno, and the majority of their rounds actually coming on their T side. But this one's going to be called on off. You can hear a bit of typing.
Yeah,
maybe it's not called off.
They're still playing.
Yeah, so let's play until the ref blows the whistle here. Always the safest bet.
Now Dupree, a CZ Kevlar. It's quite the Superman setup. That's a lot of cash invested into one player for a pistol round. So keep your eye on Dupree. He's going to get overwhelmed, and all of that cash was invested in vain. That's $1,100 down the Swanee. Device about to be tested, and with a USP, he just stands and delivers. He's holding down last one. They all jump past him, and the last will be Cold Zera. This time he finishes the job. Magisk has got 3 to deal with. Hits the first shot very cleanly, but Rain does the same. Bomb will be planted. 2 unarmored CTs with nades for the retake. Maybe Glaive's got something in store for Pit. Cold Zera, can you catch? Nade does land on Rain from one side. It's going to be very difficult to get back in.
Yeah, it doesn't look possible. Glaive and Zipex in a 3 versus 2. They've got a smoke for the Pit, though. That will nullify Cold Zera. Good grenade. Lands at his front door. Takes him down to 46. But still looking very difficult as smoke comes in. It could be a good chance for them, but Brokey should guarantee it now. Smoke will provide a bit of a cover for them as well. Zipex jumping up towards the site, trying to pick off anyone he can. As towards the pick, Cold Zera will take him down, and indeed they love their reputation of being pistol masters, and it will be Faze to find success. 10-6.
Now, Faze are likely to steady here. I'm curious if Astralis will go with the force buy. They answer that very quickly for me, as we can see the snapping turtle brought up by Dupree. Deagle in the hands there of Magisk. I'm liking this buy, Henry. We've got 2 5-7s coming out on a map like Inferno, where the choke points are quite tight. If they're able to corral them, we have the smokes in play here as well. Device staying a little bit more reserved so that he can get the AWP up when he needs it. This isn't a terrible buy coming on through here from Astralis. Very threatening, but Faze have measured. No risks taken. 3 through ult middle. 1 passive banana, 1 passive T stairs.
Doesn't quite connect there for Zipex. Grenade certainly does, though. 40 damage towards Magisk. Glaive at 77. They'll try and offer an aid back in return, but no one really there to receive. It's going to be the flash attack here from the boiler / apartment area. Going to try and send 3 players out. There's Eagle and 5-7 waiting for them, and it looks pretty good for the first.
It certainly does. Nico onto Dupree. Starting their commitment. Cold's already on the side, and this Deagle's working. God, Device. He does half health to Brokey as well, but Brokey with the frag. Now that bomb still needs to be planted. That's Nico's responsibility, and he's going to start fulfilling that now.
In he goes. Bomb to be planted, and Magisk might be able to steal away a kill here. There it is. Unfortunately, Cold Zera on the bomb side will bring it back to a 2-on-2 for him, so they've got rifles. Should be able to close this one out, but Glaive, 5-7 Zipex on scout. It'll have to be a flashbang over and a good swing.
Any more where that came from? Would have been perfect. Glaive does find the first and the second as well. They've got time and they'll take the defuse. Astralis win the second round. I thought there was no way back in.
The coordination is spectacular there. It's the USP taking the aggro, but as Chad mentioned, that 5-7, it can be deadly. It gets close enough. It's got enough TTK potential, Alex, I would say.
Oh no, don't do that to me.
And we'll have two wonderful girls there. Glaive managed to win out our second round force by for them with the bomb planted. I'd assume you'll see the same here from Faze, and it might decide their outcome because they won't get the added bonus now out of the loss bonus.
Well, they will be buying up some AKs, so they're not done just yet. Astralis are not out of the hot water, potentially into the frying pan, not the fire. So hot water, frying pan, then the fire.
A branch of this Vimhoff method thing I've been experimenting
Oh, that's right.
with.
I hear you breathing in the morning quite loudly in the bathroom.
Yes, that's what I've been doing.
Yes.
You're supposed to be able to do 5 minutes. It's like at the end of your shower, you're supposed to have an ice cold shower.
5 minutes.
And you're supposed to take deep breaths because your body's
For 5
natural
minutes.
reaction is to take quick, like shallow breaths. And apparently you get like a mad, like head high and focus. And it's
Okay.
like really supposed to be amazing for your physical form.
Right, I've been listening a lot recently about heat shock proteins, Alex. That's obviously the opposite, going in saunas and doing all those bits
So
and
it's
pieces.
the extremes. They do wonders for our body.
Well, we used to be in extremes, right? And right now, Faze are in a bit of an extreme situation. 11-6 down. You like that one?
I did like that. It was under the radar.
I know you did.
It took me by surprise.
Well, we really work hard on the segues here. On the road
And
to Rio.
we'll have 2 AK-47s, 3 pistols, and Faze, if they lose this, it'll be 12-6, presumably 13 with a full eco to follow. So a lot of pressure for the international roster here. It's going to be Rain and Cold Zera trying to find the picks. They'll be throwing a decent grenade in. Does a lot of damage towards the Vice. He might want to get out of there now. Holds in the anti-flash position. And the grenade lands towards Cold Zera. Doesn't do any damage.
They've got a lot of banana space here. And they will do
Oh,
great damage. It lands inside Rain's
Oh, the
belt.
rifles, both of them.
Oh yeah, good point. That's like the main body of the assault, and there's more, not too much damage this time. But still, it does suggest Astralis prepared, and now Zipex is pushed down. Banana is bore fruit. Olaf does go down, and look at the backs exposed. Magis can't believe his luck. It was only Brokey though. Still the rifle for Rain. Nico's recovered a Galil, and caught out. Jumping, knife out, that's the end of Rain.
Oh, he's flashed himself a little bit there as well, but Nico can grab that bomb. It's in the smoke right now, but thinks better of it. In towards the apartment, so won't be able to steal that away. It actually gives the advantage towards Astralis, I would say. And we'll have a look. 40 seconds remain. This is a huge round. We said that at the start, and they are sticking together. And to be honest, this could actually work out really nicely. If they time this well enough, he won't have time to go back towards B, but it comes down to about the 20-second mark before that's a reality. So he could still grab that and go towards the other side of this stage. They'll stay on it, but as soon as their time is sub 20, I would say they go into a crossfire on the site.
They're holding him now. Bit of a role reversal. And now back to attacking A, and unfortunately with no armor, the smoke's not really going to help him out.
Yeah, 10 seconds, he's done for. That's 12-6, no bomb planted, boys. You know what that means. It's full eco territory. Like, legit.
Legit full eco. Like Glock train.
Yeah,
They might
2,400 extra rounds,
Yeah.
AK armor, 1 smoke. They can't even afford a P250.
They might want to have a discussion now anyway, like a timeout could be good. Even though you're going into an eco, have the conversation early enough that everybody knows where they're going to be in a round and a half's time. But no, they will just go with these pistols. It is going to be 1 Deagle in the hands of Nico, so he's the only one we need to stay on board with. And this is good reason. What an animal. What an absolute animal he
Brilliant
is.
shot.
We should do the golf clap when they hit those ones, just
Yeah, if we could, just everyone could do a little pitter-patter.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
So, the MP9 recovered. There's an eagle for Rain. It would be somewhat of a miracle if they pull this round off. But maybe a chance. These are overwhelmed Dupreme here, and it doesn't look good for that fact. In fact, it doesn't look like they'll get a single kill. It will be a very convincing Astralis finish as we go 13-6, and as I mentioned, even if they took a full eco there, the money wouldn't be amazing. They'll have enough for the AKs, armor, smoke and a flash, and that's pretty much across the board. It's Dupree. Pretty standard round for him. Nothing too crazy going down here, just making sure he denies that plant, keeps the money low, and hopefully finds a 2-0. They are in a great position to do so.
Very good position. We haven't seen FaZe looking mortal in some time. We talked about their undefeated spree. The road to Rio, they did manage to keep it up. Here in the playoffs. It seems they've met their maker, met their match. It is Astralis 13, Faze 6.
Astralis have banana control right now. Olaf behind the smoke, can get towards logs if he needs to. The way that Zipex is playing this, the jump spot means he should be relatively safe, and he'll even think better of hanging around for now. He's been left with the sole responsibility of anchoring the B bomb site, and that means they've been able to cheat an extra man over towards this A defense here. So in limbo is Glaive, in-game leader of the team. He'll know when he wants to hedge his bets towards the bomb sites. We can see Faze, they've got Boiler and Halls control. They've got half of Banana control. They don't know that Sandbags is clear at the moment, but they're dealing with that right now. And minutes on the clock, so this first 55 seconds is just being used, posturing around, prodding, seeing what CTs are doing, and now that they've got the real estate they need, this is when the call can start to come on in.
So, we have 2 smokes, 1 flash, FaZe Clan on their knees. Had a perfect run in the road to Rio so far, 8-0 in terms of series victories. This will be the first one they give up, it's the upper bracket, and Astralis look like they're in impeccable form right now. Can they fend off a full B execution with 5 terrorists making their way through?
Look at the position from Zipex. They don't even check it. No one was expecting that. The Molotov's doing so much damage. They're all burning alive. Oh god, the bullets were just the finishing touch. Everything else was done by that nade. And by Zipex's position, if he hits any of them... Wow! Great shot from Nico. He's definitely turned on, but it was not going to be the clutch to save FaZe Clan. It will be 14 now for Astralis.
That is his aim. I know that they're getting the beat down right now, but Nico, you can't go past an individual with aim like that.
Let's not forget the last battle they had. Who was it that they were playing on Mirage? And they wouldn't have even seen that third map if he hadn't have, in a 1v1, just hit the 1 tap on that B site. It was ridiculous to see some of the plays he's been pulling out. And he took them all the way to the third map and ending up turning it around with a clutch against Copenhagen Flames. I actually remembered it.
Yeah, I was trying to get there with you as well. That was a banger of a series, wasn't it? We were on train, Farley,
and there's that jump. He hits the jump shot on, was it Twist? Maybe it was NIP? God, I don't know.
Could have been NIP as well. We've done a lot of games of Counter-Strike here.
It's all blurring into one at this point.
Well, we're coming to the tail end right here, potentially at map number 2. This is Mac 10s on the board. Galil in play as well. No utility to speak of. FaZe Clan, it's going to be a rough move forward here. Astralis are looking good. They're looking disciplined.
And here we go then. The full send up middle. There's actually got 5 players here. Devices, he's destined to get one of them. While Blind, of course, finds Olaf Meister. This is for map and series point. Rain will pull one back. Answer the Galil, but the big spray down's coming through. A lot of damage output there from the AK and Dupree. He's ready to mow these players down here. He gets this kill bullet down to Nico. And we'll leave Brokey in. The 3 versus 1 already got low HP. He's got absolutely no chance here.
Oh, Dupree even crossing back with that high flash. He's got nades. It will keep Brokey alive, both with the sound cue and a great shot and another. Brokey, you've done so many clutches. I need to stop writing you out of these rounds. He's so low.
Oh, he's up against the old master though. Glaive has been here many times before. Inferno is his favourite map by far. And 45 seconds remaining. Brokey trying to suggest he's made his way towards B, but got to wake up pretty darn early in the morning to catch Glaive out.
Imagine if Glaive clears middle and knifes out to Arch. I would.
Well, a lot of people right now, they would do exactly that, but you want to stay closer to the bomb site that you were last at. You can hear where the plant is, and you can even just get the headshot like that. Brokey tries his best, but it's all in vain. 15-6, 1 round away here. Astralis. Oh, they're going to be booking themselves a spot within the grand final of the road to Rio. They're already leading the points. They already have the lion's share. They won the last major. That's how this system works.
With a map advantage, I believe, as well, right?
Yeah, we go into a best of 5 on the Sunday, but if you make it into the grand final first through the upper bracket system, will you be granted, we'll call it 1 life or 1 map in the back pocket, which means you only need to win 2 maps.
Right, of a best of 5.
Yeah, whereas the team coming from the lower bracket will have to win that 3. So, still some rounds to play here. Maybe some faster stuff from FaZe Clan as see what they can do. That's a big opening.
Huge. Looking to reaggress. Glaive will throw out the incendiary. He expects a flashbang, but he's for now just standing and spraying. He's got 10 bullets left to clear this corner, and it's enough. Oh, and he's even got enough for a second. 2 bullets left in the chamber. They both find the skull of Olofmeister. Magic's gone to Rain. Now, with the advantage, Astralis 2 frags away from that aforementioned final.
Let's see whether they can close it out here. Nico and Brokey.
Oh, Dupree's going to go down here.
He absolutely is. Brokey will find him recovering the bomb. That's all he was trying to do there. Nico knows exactly where this remaining player towards B is. Can he make light work of him? Time will tell. They seem to have a firm grasp, but then there's the final shot. Zipex finally goes down. And Magus stay in this 2 versus 1 now. FaZe trying to keep their head above water. The grenade towards the default plant spot. Magus has the smoke on top as well. They're taking a lot of damage That's to 49. He's going to have to try and sneak through the smoke here and try and make his way towards the bomb site.
Broky did well to go emo there. Nice work.
Oh, good call if he saves here. That was the right option. I was so worried when I saw him actually going for this round. The reason is they have 15 on the board. To throw this one away with how the money looks right now for Astralis, just take a look for yourself. The right-hand side, the loss bonus going into the next will be 1,400. So they won't be able to get a full gun round, but at least if Magus holds on to this, they can be threatening. He can try and ply it somewhere across the map, see if he can get them an opening kill, see if he can get them a multi-kill.
And I mean, with 4,400 on Glaive, he'll be able to at least provide a little summit. Maybe that 5-7 we've seen him doing so much great work with as well.
It could be the double eco here, so Astralis may want to buy in. Well, with Dupree just purchasing on straight in, I think Glaive should follow suit as well. Magus could drop across a rifle here, and that would mean he would have no nades, so we're going to just check out some Nico highlights right here for you. You get 17 for 19 in terms of his KD. Here's the split in terms of the frags. 5 with the AK, 5 with the M4. He's had a couple with the AWP, and I'm sure a bunch with the pistol. But he's leading the charge, and well, they need a bit more out of him right here.
Yeah, a lot more, unfortunately. It's going to take 8 rounds in a row, and we'll see whether this is going to be where Astralis can get it over the finish.
On the force, Henry, on the force. Look at their utility.
With the scout out there as well. It's unlikely, I'll admit that.
No utility in play. Look, it's the right call. Astralis have made the right call considering the money situation right here, but look at the buy disparity.
You're right, it doesn't look amazing for them. There's Zipex on the scout with 1 flash. You've got no kits, 2 smokes, and with this massive lead, that's why I
Does that mean they have to go aggressive? I mean,
well, they could.
That's one of the options here, but they can't play a classic default route. That's pretty much all we can be sure of, and that's the first pick coming in from Zipex there. Doesn't connect, and they're going for a boost here at the start of the round as Mage's going up towards 2 first oranges. So yeah, they've battened down the hatches here. We'll see whether this works out for them. 1 more round, it looks likely to be a B finish from Faze as well.
This is like the CS equivalent of building your defenses.
Exactly.
They've set it up, they've established all the barbed wire they need. All of the hot oil boiled and ready to go, and here comes the push. Nico goes down, and he drops straight off. The boosts are paying off. Frame's low. It looks like Astralis are off to the finals. They got 4 kills in 4 seconds, and Cole's wondering where on earth his teammates have gone.
Well, that's going to be it. Surely Cold Zero with nothing left to do. 5 kills ahead of them. Woman on the clock. There's surely nothing to be said. This should do it, and Device, he'll confirm the spot in the final here for Astralis, sending Faze down to the lower bracket in a convincing 2-0 fashion.
take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know, we'll take it round and round. You know Mark, South lost up. Had to never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you now one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Live until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move, bringing summer to you.
Oh, ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know, we'll take me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide in with the rhymes that make the dimes. I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young Divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing bees. I'm just for that one's gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move, bringing summer to you.
Ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know, we'll take it round and round again.
Well, it was the upper bracket and Astralis. They are no strangers to upper bracket finals. They've once again secured it. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel post-match. I'm your host, commentator, person, machine, and the other people are Henry and Chad.
Analyst, commentator, just everyday
Entertainers,
good
human
guy,
being.
you know,
Driver,
Driver, definitely,
chef,
definitely.
groundskeeper.
There's a lot of janitor,
Yeah.
bin man,
bin man especially.
bin
You do that
juice.
very well.
He does that.
Yep, I'm very good with the bins, and
Yeah.
well, that's where Astralis just put Faze, unfortunately, because that was relatively easy looking, wasn't it?
It
Probably
was.
the most compelling series we've seen in terms of a convincing victory. Like it's in
With
terms
the
of what we've
top
seen.
tier teams,
Yeah.
right, going toe to toe with, especially if you look back at the Vitality G2 game, you look at the games that happened yesterday. This was clean. This is what you want to see from teams who are operating at their best.
Yeah, and clean from Dupree as well. He's joining us in the studio, and I mean, first question out of the gate, Peter. Hello, nice smirk. Look, glad to see the smile on your face. I'm sure that victory feels good. But for you personally, you were going off this series. You were popping off, and we were concerned watching those last two games. G2, Ents. You look like your physical form has definitely taken a step up today.
I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you hit your shots and sometimes you don't. And I don't think it's not really a secret that I've been feeling a little bit like, I wouldn't say under the weather in terms of my confidence, but it definitely has taken a hit that you've been playing a little bit sloppy throughout the last couple of games, and it just makes you feel like you're not really contributing to the team. So I just decided today that I wanted to do my absolute best, even though it was going to go bad. So yeah, it just
Nice. So it's more of a mental battle you've been having than changing your practice regimen.
Pretty much.
We got to chat to Device the other day, and he was giving us his thoughts on the internet discussion here. It was very interesting to hear his thoughts and how it's affecting him, how he's had to adjust his game. Have you had to change things in your own wheelhouse at this point to kind of adjust being online?
I think that the biggest factor when you're playing from home, considering like when you play at LAN, is that you don't really have the crowd. You don't really have like the height that the crowd can build up for you, but also if some people tend to get nervous, I mean, like, we're all human, so we could always get nervous in certain situations, even if it's getting really close. So, I mean, when you play from home, there's not this type of pressure on you, and I think that's, like, the biggest thing. But I don't think I've specifically changed anything. Maybe you do a little bit more ballsy moves at home than you do in the live tournaments, where it's like 14-14. But, I mean, overall, I think we're just playing the same as we would do on LAN as well.
All right, well, I got one for you, mate. We had Zonic on before we went live with that, and we were talking through the video with him, and he was surprised to see that they didn't pick Train. When you heard it was going to be Dust 2 and then going into Inferno, did that give you a bit more confidence knowing they hadn't picked Train?
Both yes and no. I mean, our Train has been a little bit sloppy, but also been really good. I think when we have an idea how to play against our opponent on Train, I think we play really well. But when we get surprised and they do all kinds of things that we're not prepared for, I think that's when things can get a little bit sticky. But
it's been
I'm
like...
happy that they... Sorry, what?
No, carry on, please. I was just going to talk about the fact that
Alex, you're talking too much. Just be quiet.
All right, darling, I'll go. You go. You carry on.
We can lose him. It's all right. He's under the desk now. You don't have to deal with him, Peter. You got us.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just happy that we got to show them on those two that we cannot play on par with them. So it's just great to get a victory. And Alex, you can come up now.
Thank you, Peter. Oh, God damn it.
Can I ask you one fun one?
Yeah,
one
go
fun
on.
one
Sure.
here. Peter, why are you guys not getting involved in the knifing and that kind of drama? I saw you bring out the Zeus today, but are we ever going to see you guys get audacious enough to bring out the knives? You know, you see the Fnatic boys, they say they're entertainers. What are Astralis?
I mean, it definitely is entertaining with knives, and there's also like an economical benefit from it. So I think it's actually not a really stupid idea, but at the same time, it's also very risky, and I don't think we want to take that risk over the benefit we can actually get. Taking into consideration, I've started using the suits. I think it's a really overpowered weapon when you just use it in certain situations. And yeah, I like using it, so I'm going to continue doing that.
Yeah, and I've seen the veins in Glaive's biceps. I don't want to see him when he's mad. I wouldn't want to piss him off.
Yeah.
No, that's not. No one wants that. Thank you very much for your time, Dupree. I hope you have a lovely evening,
Thank you,
and
man.
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a big win. Nice work. That's Dupree, and that's the day.
So no knives?
No knives. Apparently
Okay.
not. They don't play
No
fun.
silly business.
None of that nonsense. But you do have the brackets in front of you, and you can see that Astralis Faze Clan semi-final has bore fruit for the Danes. They pick that one up. They'll be sitting themselves pretty in that grand final with the advantage, Chad, of that one map already under the belt.
Yeah, so because we're operating with an upper and lower bracket scenario right here, if you go through the upper bracket, the whole point of the upper bracket final, which was the game that we just saw right there, it puts you into the grand final, and that's where you get that one extra life or the one extra map in your back pocket. So if you're Astralis, you only need to win 2 within the best of 5, but if you're Faze or G2, which are the 2 teams going toe-to-toe in the lower bracket tomorrow, you'll have to win all 3.
Yeah, and let's bring up the schedule so you know when those games are happening.
That would
If
be
you
great.
want to see
That would
the
help.
likes of G2 taking on FaZe Clan in a battle for that meeting again with Astralis, well, you can see it'll be coming up second. First, you've got Hard Legion and Windstrike. That's the CIS final. That's going to be going down first. And then the second one over on the B stream. Is there anything? I don't know if there will be.
There's normally games to play off for the points, right? Because we need
of
every single
course.
position within the tournament to be 1 to 16.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
every game
have
has to
joint
be played.
8.
Yeah,
something
so
like that.
that's because the points is distributed linear.
Linearly?
I'm not even going to try and say that word right now. Yeah, it's a linear scale of the points going up, so every single point needs to be, or position needs to be decided right there. And the winner of Hard Legion versus Windstrike will go on to play against Spirit, who took down Virtus Pro today on Sunday.
Yeah, worth mentioning no Na'Vi, by the way, in that
No Na'Vi at all.
qualifier. No Na'Vi at all. So this continues to have its fair share of surprise, and I hope tomorrow is no different. Have a lovely evening, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for more of the same.
Burning with desire, we gon' take it to the edge. Come alive, go to hell and back, just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
To be brilliant is to defy convention and challenge expectations. So Intel will bring the processing power for when it's time to go. Brilliant. Frame rates that keep up with your reflexes. Brilliant. Fast clock speeds for when you're on the clock. Brilliant. It's what we do at Intel, powering you to master your potential. Will you rise? Intel, unleash your brilliance.
Last year, we took 2 lucky winners on a trip to Berlin and gave them the experience of a lifetime. This year, we can take you for a trip to Rio. Take part in a series of GG.bet contests for a chance to win awesome prizes and a trip to Rio. See details on the website.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm a light up. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm a light up. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother. I was running round so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah. And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the light, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought. Found no happiness in that brand new car, or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Heart froze, I didn't think I come back fast, cause I was running round so many nations. Even when it's so sweet.